Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More, and welcome to another real estate investing, real estate agent video. Today I want to talk about real estate agents. I've been an agent for 15 plus years. I don't do a lot of selling myself anymore. Mostly I do investing, but at one point I was selling over 200 houses a year as an agent, and I do have a real estate team that sells houses as well. So what we're going to talk about today is, can young real estate agents be successful? And I was 22 when I got my license, so I was pretty young. I get that question all the time on my blog, on YouTube. People asking, they're scared to get in the business because they think they're too young. They think people won't take them serious. So we'll talk a lot about that. And before we get started, I've got a book on real estate agents, how to make it big as a real estate agent. Goes through everything I've learned, how to be a successful agent. And also have some coaching programs for agents as well if you're interested in some extra help. We do some conference calls, some other cool things to help people become successful agents. And I still run a team. I've got agents on my team, and later this year I'll be opening my own brokerage as well. So I'm definitely very involved in the agent business. Even though I don't sell much myself, I kind of give everything else to my other agents on my team. All right, so can agents be successful when they're young? Yes, they can, for sure. We've had young agents on our team. I started off when I was very young. I see young agents out there all the time. Why do people worry about being young agent? Well, it's because they think they're going to go out there, show houses, and the clients they work with are going to, oh, this person's 20 years old. How can they know anything about real estate? We're going to lose all this money in this house. You're going to make all these mistakes. But really, for the most part, 90% of people don't care how young you are. They care how much knowledge you are and how good you are at your job. One thing to realize when you're a real estate agent and in this business, and you'll realize that if you become one and get into the business, 80% of agents aren't very good. That might be a conservative number. The problem with agents, a lot of people get into it part-time, they don't want a real job, they don't put their all into it. They don't follow systems, they don't communicate well, they don't learn the business, and you realize right away when you're working with a good agent versus a bad agent. So if you're working with people who have experience working with other agents, they won't care about your age, they'll care about your knowledge, your communication, how well you do your job. That's the main thing. And confidence plays a big role in it too. If you're out there, worrying about how young you are all the time, it's gonna show. You're gonna say stuff, you're gonna, be confident in what you do. I've heard some young agents before, when they're talking on the phone, or even inexperienced agents who aren't that young, everybody's got to start at some point. Nobody comes into this business with a bunch of experience. We all have to start somewhere. The sooner you start, the better. But the agent said on the phone, I'm really inexperienced, I'm real new at this, I'm just starting, but I'm doing my best, and I've got some help at my office, so don't worry, it'll be fine. Don't ever say that. Don't say you're inexperienced. Don't say you know what you're doing. Don't say you're young. Just act natural. Pretend you know what you're doing, because you should know what you're doing. And if you do a good job, if you communicate, you'll be better than most agents out there anyway. So if you know what you're doing, you're helping your clients. You're being a service to them. You're helping them get better service than most people out there. So don't be so concerned about your age. Be concerned with how good at your job you are. Make sure you're really good at your job. Focus that energy into being a great agent, and you'll be just fine, because in the long run, most people don't even pay attention to that. They don't care. Now, if you look like you're 12, that could be a problem. But most people, I think, who are in the business, even if you're in your teens, a lot of states can get your license at 18. I've seen successful agents who were under 20 before. You don't have to be 30, 40, 50, 60 to get clients and be a successful agent. When I was 22, I don't know if I ever had anyone say they didn't use me because I was young. I never even thought about people not using me because I was young. I just did my job. I tried to do the best I could, and I went out there and got as many clients as I could. Even if you have 1 out of 10 or 2 out of 10 people who don't want to use you because you're young, you can still be very successful in the business. You can still sell a lot of houses. It's not the end of the world. So you're focusing on the wrong thing if you're worried about being young and not being able to be successful in this business, because it shouldn't be a factor. The same thing happens if you're in a new town, if you don't know anybody you can make it in the real estate business. There's so many ways to find clients with open houses, with networking, with joining clubs, with doing fun things you like, just meeting people, talking to people. There's so many ways to get business. It doesn't matter if you're young or not. And one thing young agents can do, or even inexperienced agents who are older, you can be 50, you can be 20, you can be 80, it doesn't matter. Joining a team can be a really good way to give yourself that confidence to handle it if people don't want to work with someone who's inexperienced. So we've had a lot of inexperienced agents on my team, and we tell them how to handle it, how to overcome some of these objections. People say, man, have you ever sold any houses? Or how long have you been doing this? It's you can be honest, like, well, I got my license 6 months ago. I haven't sold a whole lot of houses yet, but I'm on a team with 85 years of experience. Or I'm on a real estate team. We have a transaction coordinator who writes our contracts, who looks over everything. I've got a really good agent who's a mentor to me, who goes out in showings with me, has shown me the business. They check everything I do. They help me out. It's not just me helping you, it's this entire team behind me. So while you might see me a lot and I'm showing you houses, or I'm helping you sell your house and doing all these things, just remember it's not just me, it's this entire team behind us to make sure everything's done right. They've taught me how to do everything. They've given me all these great techniques and marketing ideas. So even though I'm inexperienced compared to some other agents, I'll probably do a better job for you because of this team I have behind me, as opposed to some other agent who's working by themselves and have been in the business for 5 years, but they have no one to help with contracts, no one to help with marketing, no one to help if they go on vacation or if they get sick. It's just them. With me, I've got this whole team behind me, and we'll do a great job for you, take care of everything for you. So joining a team can be a great way to overcome that, even just joining one other agent, or you can even say that about your office. If you're working with a really good broker, you're in an office with other really good agents, you can say, hey, yeah, I'm really experienced, I haven't been around a long time. Only if people ask you that, don't volunteer that information, but if they ask you directly, and then you can tell them, hey, but my broker's been mentoring me. As an agent, I have to hang my license for 2 years or whatever it is in your state with a broker, and his job is to help me, mentor me, teach me everything I need to know. He's looking over all the contracts I write. He's looking over all the paperwork, all of these things going on. I'm meeting with him every week talking about how to market your property best. So it's not just me you're working with my broker too, who has 20 years of experience or whatever it is. So there's so many ways to overcome those objections. You should not be worried about being young and not succeeding in the business. I'm not saying it's easy to become an agent and be successful. There's a lot of work you have to do, a lot of systems you have to put in place. There's ways to learn that. I teach a lot of those in my book and my coaching programs. But almost anyone can be successful in real estate if they can communicate well, can follow systems, can follow up with people, learn how to do their job well. You can be successful in this business. So don't let being young push you away from it. Don't let being inexperienced push you away from it, because we all had to start sometime. We all have to learn to do everything. We all have to learn to walk. We all have to learn to talk. None of us were born knowing how to do all this stuff. So the sooner you get started, probably the better. If you really want to be an agent, I would get out there, do it, put your all into it. Don't let it be any concern how young you are, as long as you're old enough to get your license, and go out there and make it happen. All right, thanks for watching. That's all I've got for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer everyone's questions or comments they have. If you liked it, please give us a thumbs up. And if you want to subscribe, we've got all kinds of cool videos, educational for real estate agents, for real estate investing. I do a ton of videos of my fix and flips, before and after videos too. So hope to have you as a new subscriber, and hope this video helped you out. Thanks.